This hand's great, right? It's got a couple of lands. The Narcomoeba in your opener really sucks. But we have a Dredger and we have 2 good discard outlets and we have plenty of mana, so this is definitely a keep. So maybe I should have thrown a Gnaw to Bode in the sideboard. This deck generally has a good burn matchup, but you really dunk it if you have a Gnaw. There isn't a Gnaw on this sideboard. Let's burn again. Hey, Whitman, thank you very much for the tier 1 sub. I appreciate that. As always, my subscribers are a big part of why I'm able to do this full time like I do, so thank you. Actually getting close to adding more emotes. I need to add some emotes to the channel. We actually have, I think I have 1 or 2 open emotes, and we're getting close to having another emote. We're at 1336 out of 1400 sub points. Today is burn day. Yep. Friday is light people on fire day. Everyone heard it's like 90 degrees outside and they're like, fuck it, let's burn mode out of the ground. It'd be nice to have a fireside chat where we talk about articles written and reply to comments. Can we get an Andrew emote to go with that? That might not be a bad idea. Cardsphere's awesome. That's good. I don't own... So Cardsphere is the only service that I've advertised for that I've never used personally. But everyone I've talked to that's used Cardsphere has had a pleasant experience using it. So I did vet it before I took them as an advertiser. All right, let's pop the graveyard out here because this is basically our hand. And I think I'm just fetching... Oh, my other basic mountain's gone. I think I'm fetching another basic mountain here, but that is not an option. I guess that means I'm going to fetch my Stomping Ground here. Oh, let's put this away for a second. Grab this. Shocking here kind of hurts. I think I'm going to... what do I want to bet? I discard 2 cards with this Cathartic Reunion. There might be merit to discarding a Prized Amalgam here, because getting that into play really helps me race. Yeah, I think I want to discard this. We could risk missing a second Dredger here, which we did not, God bless. Yeah, so the payoff here is pretty high. We get to put 2 Prized Amalgams into play now instead of just 1. Which is pretty big upside. We have enough power to potentially race now. Love the content. How do I send the donation deck list? Yeah, details on how donation decks work here, Whitman. If you have any questions about the specifics, feel free to message me in private. So we're going to 6 here. There's a 1 on top of my deck. There's a Life from the Loam on top of my deck. Don't think I want to cast a Life from the Loam this turn. So I can deal 8 damage directly here. I binned another Bloodghast as well. I think Dread Return could be unbanned. I don't think Dread Return is worth the risk of potentially unbanning. I think I'm going to clean their board here. This is Vanilla Dredge. I'm going to clear their board out here. I'm going to go ahead and deal 2, 2, 2, and then send 1 upstairs with this Conflagrate. And then if we don't die next turn, we might have a chance to live. Yeah, good chance we're dead here. They have 3 cards in hand. We need them to have like 3 2-mana spells, which apparently they do. Thinking about unbanning Summer Bloom. I wouldn't unban anything that enables degenerate combos in Modern. Would not unban anything that enables dinner combo. So I need to dredge. If I dredge life from the Loam and into a Bloodghast, we can kill them exactly. We did not hit a Bloodghast. So if we would have hit a Bloodghast here, we would have been able to nug them for 2 down to 9 and then attack for exactly 9. What are my no-go donation decks? There's a tab labeled no-fly list in the donation doc spreadsheet that that details the decks that I'm not interested in playing ever. So yeah, so if I would have hit a Bloodghast off that Loam Dredge, the third Bloodghast, we would have put them to exactly 0 here. But I assume we're dead here. They've got 3 cards in hand. I assume they just had two mana burn spells left. Yep. Playing Scourge Devil is so bad. All right. So on this channel, you have to be more constructive than that. So in the future, if you want to tell me a decision that the deck in a deck list that we're playing is bad, you have to offer up why it is bad, and then offer a reasonable replacement for the card that you're suggesting we add. So you were timed out for not doing that. Feel free to do that in the future when you come back in 10 minutes. I'm going to try a Loam here, I think, and a Conflagrate. I'm going to bring in the Axes and the Collective Brutalities. Again, if you really want to dunk burn with Dredge, you should just put 1 copy of Gnaw to the Bone in your sideboard, because you're going to find that 1 copy of Gnaw to the Bone almost every game. Just because you draw through so much of your deck. God, this hand is close. Is Life from the Loam good enough? I think with 3 discard outlets, it's probably fine. They don't always have Cage. I think boarding in something like Nature's Claim is a little bit loose. Maybe I should board in Engineered Explosives or Abrupt Decay just because it's more flexible. Yeah, Narcomoeba in the opener really sucks. Yeah, if they have fast graveyard hate, I'm basically DOA with the way I've sideboarded, so maybe that's wrong. We've played against a lot of burn, JMP. A lot of burn. The fact that we already hit both of these is actually a little bit bad for us, because it means that we're less likely to be able to hit things that trigger our Prized Amalgams. We really want fast Amalgams in this matchup. I'm gonna go ahead and dredge a Loam here. Because I have this Insolent Neonate in my hand, I'm gonna cast Loam, picking these 2 back up, and then we'll play the Neonate. I hit some bigger dredgers there, which is nice. I assume they blazed the Bloodghast because they're just going to race us. They just want to keep the most damage off the table. Looks like we're just going to die next turn. Feels bad, man. Like, if we would have had a Gnaw to the Bone in our sideboard, we would have been able to cast it likely this turn. A lot of burn decks. It makes for a lot of burn decks. I assume they're just about to kill us. I'm actually going to leave my Narcomoeba back here, just because we're going to have lethal next turn regardless. I prefer not to die to a creature by mistake. Yeah, Bridge from Below is just not good enough without Dread Return or without copies of Dread Return or Cabal Therapy. Oh, are we not dead? That'd be so good if we weren't dead. Because they are very, very dead if they don't kill us. Slow rolling the double ball? I hope not. So I'm going to send 3 here. And send the rest upstairs. I have 7 cards, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, and they're dead. Wow. Wow. That, okay. Opponent is very unlucky. Well then, sometimes I am not used to burn players not having it. I think you're gonna have to put on your big kid pants and play it yourself, Jay Feather. I believe in you. You can do it. You can do it. This hand is terrible. Doesn't do anything, has 2 Narcomoebas. This hand's not amazing, but it's fine. Someone's asking about Collective Brutality. Brutality is just very good against just a more generic range of decks. It's better against control and random spell-based combo decks. God, that's an amazing draw. They must have a rest in peace here, right? Yeah, maybe I should have. Yeah, I probably should have boarded in some anti-board cards. Bringing in the cost like Engineered Explosive and Abrupt Decay have pretty low costs. Well, hopefully the next couple are going to go better than that. Dredge is definitely the type of deck where you lose a sideboard card sometimes. Welcome, everyone. My name is Jeff Hogan. We're doing a long Friday stream, all modern, all day. We're currently entering hour 8, playing some Dredge. If you're enjoying my stuff, please consider subscribing to my channel. Subscriptions start at $4.99 a month, or if you're one of the many people out there who has Amazon Prime, Twitch Prime, when linked to your Amazon account, gets you included for free in that, and it gives you a free channel subscription every single month. My subscribers are a big part of why I'm able to stream full-time like I do. You also can support my stuff by checking out some of our wonderful sponsors. MTGOtraders.com would love to buy and sell some Magic Online cards with you. And if you use code Hoagland PayPal at checkout with them, you'll save 8% on your singles orders there. CoolStuffInc.com buys and sells a lot of cool stuff, including TCG singles. Using promo code Jeff5, you can save 5% on Magic, Pokemon, and Yu-Gi-Oh cards with them. InkedGaming.com would love to help you customize your gaming experience. Using code Jeff12, you can save 12% on custom playmats, mouse pads, binders, and bags with them. And of course, myself and all of our wonderful moderator staff would like to welcome everyone out there to Hoaglandia. Be sure to talk to your moderators about your complimentary timeout. And that, folks, is a lesson on how to shill in about a minute and not interrupt any Magic gameplay. Take notes, other content producers. Gotta get those shills in during the downtime. You better not be playing Burn, Ergo. I've had enough Burn. I've had enough Burn. Better don't Mountain Goblin guide us. Don't Mountain Goblin guide us. Don't do it. Have a heart. Have a heart. Alright, so this is a pretty easy mulligan. It's just a move to hand size is too slow, right? Could I move to hand size, discard the Stinkweed Imp? Ugh. I could maybe have seen keeping the 7 because we could move to hand size. This 5's actually very good, though. Do you consider yourself a Mack Weldon model? I guess it depends on what the definition of a model is. Elves. This matchup's pretty good for us. We, fucking classic Magic Online. Bottom card, immediately draw cards. Yeah, the deck mulligan spell. You're looking for a mana source, a dredger, and a way to discard. And a way to get your dredger into the discard pile, basically. Look, in no way, shape, or form would I ever imply that scrying and shuffling on Magic Online is bugged. We can't possibly have enough evidence to show that. What I will say, though, is that we can only assume... My peanut ruining my joke. We can only assume that the shuffling and scrying code in Magic Online has been written with the same pristine quality as the rest of the application. So I'm not gonna say it's bugged. I'm just gonna say it's as good as the rest of it. And you can take that to mean whatever you want. Oh, let me tell you about my main deck copy of Darkblast, friendo. My main deck copy of Darkblast and I, you're gonna be good friends. Wow, they drew 4 off of that. That's pretty good. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Pendelhaven definitely helps them a little bit. Wow, that board might actually be big enough that we can't really Dark Blast through it, huh? I have a conflag in here. What am I conflagging? It's just like this, this, and this. And then binning this other Prized Amalgam means that as far as like playing a fair game of Magic goes, we're gonna get to like have 7 power in play here so we can trade off. Yes, I would always encourage people to complete their thoughts. This isn't... You're not required to press enter to send your message after every single line you type. They tapped the Pendelhaven again. I guess they're putting a lot of 1/1s into play. So I'm going to preserve my health total here because we basically want to be a control deck in this matchup. The longer the game goes, the more inevitability we have because we're going to assemble Loam plus Conflagrate to like put them in the ground. I'm going to go ahead and Dark Blast this Elvish Visionary. We still haven't found one of our 4 Loams yet, but 6 power worth of Zomboys are gonna keep our opponent at bay here, which is nice. There's a tiny monster at my door. What do you got?
You wanted a bar.
You want one of the bars? You want one of those?
Oh, these cool.
Why do they keep tapping the Pendelhaven?
What?
Why do they keep tapping the Pendelhaven?
Mommy, up there.
Let's go upstairs, Lena.
Hey, Papa Jeff, is there a way to make modern Dredge manaless? There is not. We do not quite have the obnoxious degenerate things that happen in... Oh no! Oh no! Friendly fire! Friendly fire! Oh no! Tao the Ninja! Somebody untime out Tao the Ninja! Crazy Catman! Crazy Catman, I was going for him and I misfired. Alright, Tao, I apologize. Finally found a Loam, which is nice. So now I'll get to start loaming some lands back. Do we hit our other Conflagrate yet? We do not have a second Conflagrate yet. Archdruid's kind of scary. Archdruid is kind of scary. No, I think Humans is a great deck to have be the best deck in Modern. Do they get democracy points as restitution? No, I don't have double black. Yeah, if we had double black, we could double blast this. So now we get to dredge this Loam. This Loam's gonna get back Gemstone Mine, Mountain, I think. We'll put the Gemstone Mine into play so I can hold Darkblast up this turn. And then next turn I can cast Loam plus Conflagrate if we find it. Hopefully we find it. We've got 2 Conflagrates and 31 cards. We get 3 draws at it. Archdruid does mean they can't use Pendelhaven. You are not wrong. It is technically correct, which one could argue is the best kind of correct. Still no new toys. Do I have enough cards in my hand that I'm interested in just dredging Stinkweed Imp? Maybe. I guess next turn I can dredge Loam and flashback. I guess next turn I can flashback Faithless Looting and cast Conflagrate, which is nice. Don't play a second one. Ugh. If this finds a second Archdruid, we're gonna be in a bad way. I think we're dead. Yep. Too little, too late there. These cards all seem okay. Trim some Neonates and a life from the Loam. Bloodghast seems pretty bad in this matchup. Maybe this is overboarding a touch. You think Pulse is good here? You think Pulse is better than EE? That might be the case. We don't usually have trouble killing their 1-drops. I'm gonna do this. Could board out a Dredger too. Let's do this. Shave a little bit of everything. Pretty easy mulligan there. I think I'm gonna keep this actually. I don't think that's true in Control. Generally, Elves, if they have Graveyard Hate in their sideboard, it's Relic of Progenitus, so I'd like my cards to be able to interact with their... I'm just gonna pay and discard this Conflagrate. Although maybe I shouldn't just discard the Conflagrate because I have a Cathartic Reunion on top of my deck. Yeah, maybe I'm just supposed to play a tapped land there, since I have Cathartic Reunion on top of my deck. Yeah, I think that was wrong. In my mind, I kept this hand thinking I was gonna play Conflagrate on one, but I think because I scryed the Cathartic Reunion to the top of my deck, I should have just played Blood Crypt. Kind of want to sit up and see Mono Blue Control, but playing a tournament tomorrow. Foxacon, thank you for the 2-month free subscription. I appreciate that. Get some sleep. Mono Blue Control will be on the YouTubes later for sure. Wow, no narcs in the top quarter of the deck. Yep. Did we miss on a Dredger too? Wow, no Narcs, no Dredgers. I guess I have this Conflagrate. Ten out of 10 killing the board here. Cathartic Reunion is very good. Cathartic Reunion is the reason Grave Troll had to be rebanned. For those that aren't familiar. Cathartic Reunion and Prized Amalgam are the reasons we reban Grave Troll. That seems fine, Thirduce. If you're expecting a lot of those specifically graveyard-centric decks, then Ravenous Trap seems like a good adjustment. And like small local events is the way you can really metagame. You shouldn't metagame large ones. Sweet. All right, so I've got this lightning axe here. You see, I think I'm actually gonna dredge Life from the Loam here, so I can start working towards a big Conflagrate potentially. Do I want to give them a turn with this? No, I was gonna flashback this Faithless Looting. I think it's fine to give them a turn with that. Sweet. Just gonna flute my pigs back into play here, which is nice. And between Darkblast, oh, we got 3 pigs in the bin. That's great. Between Darkblast and Lightning Axe, we should be able to. Next turn, we can Dredge Loam, pick 3 lands back up, and we also have a Conflagrate in the bin now, too. They need, like, a really good collecting company to not be dead here. What's the best Floop deck and why is it Griselbrand? Definitely Griselbrand, not close. So I'm gonna Dredge Loam here. This little piggy pops up. Go ahead and cast Loam. Wow, I don't have a basic mountain in there yet. So we have fetch lands. And then we can Conflagrate, dealing 2/1/1. You got Last Hope right now. I think Last Hope's very reasonable. I think if you're expecting a lot of other fair decks, it's like the best way you can get like a 5th tracker in your deck. She has good inevitability in a lot of situations. So basically kill your board. Crack you for 10. Yeah, it's very good against Mardu. That's true too. Definitely one of your better cards in that matchup. Maybe it's better to hold the axe rather than finish off the other Llanowar Elf. Just because, like, if they have another Arc Druid, axe insulates us against another Arc Druid. Yeah, I could see that being the case. Do you feel Hollowed One is bad for the modern format? I think the way modern Hollowed One wins games, it wins games in a way that create a lot of feel bad moments. So whether or not you think that's a good thing or a bad thing, I think is going to vary person to person. I think from a power level perspective, maybe it's even just too good from a power level perspective too. Just like putting the amount of power it puts into play is kind of obnoxious. I mean, Containment Priest doesn't even beat the most obnoxious parts of Hollowed One a lot of the time. It doesn't beat the Hollowed One or the Delve threats. It doesn't stop. There's a reason why Vintage Dredge boards into Hollowed One and Delve threats. It's to beat cards like Containment Priest. Pretty easy mulligan here. God, these fucking Narcomoebas are just like glued to my opener. This hand's actually very good. It's got a piece of anti-graveyard hate. It's got mana sources, and it's got a Dredger and a discard outlet. Yeah, I think I'm actually going to top that. That might come in handy. I get to get one draw step this game, basically. It's going to be that card. It's a very good 5-card hand, I agree. Having our other sideboard card on top is also very good, in case they kept a hand on like Relic of Progenitus or something like that. A Serval with the $5 donation. Hey Jeff, new watcher, looking to get into Modern and still choose a deck. What's a good deck for piloting while proxy and MTGO paper others to learn the format to lead me in decisions of what I want to play forever? I think the best way to make you learn the format and become familiar with Modern as a format is to pick one of the interactive decks. You want to pick a deck that's going to force you to know how to play against other decks in the format. And the linear decks, while a lot of them are very powerful, don't encourage you to know what everyone else is doing. Actually, honestly, Humans is probably just a great deck. Humans is aggressive and is going to win you games because it's aggressive, but it also requires you to interact with a lot of different things your opponents have going on. We drew a Conflagrate. God, is it? I don't have any Dredgers left in my bin. I guess I'm putting 5 power into play here, though. Yeah, I'm just going to play the Dakmor Salvage out. Just, like, get my 5 power. Yeah, I agree. I like the Black-Green Arctic a lot. I like the games that it plays. I actually really want to try building a Jund deck that has 4 Tireless Trackers in it, like no Bob's 4 Tireless Tracker Jund. Like maybe 1 to 2 Bloodbraid Elves at the top end. Because like Lightning Bolt and Raging Ravine are very good Magic cards. So like taking the black-green core that I have basically and like adding in the good Jund card seems like it could be reasonable. We'll see how wide they go here. It's possible I should have played this fetch land out last turn instead of the Dakmor Salvage. That gives away that I can Conflagrate them guaranteed, but it means I keep 1 more land in my hand. You want more brownie bar? Okay, take your cup upstairs too.
No.
Take your cup upstairs.
No.
Kids, what are you gonna do? My opponent just said cat spilled tequila, hold on. Well, their night sounds far more interesting than mine. Cat spilled tequila. Where's the cat tequila stream? Opponent, chat would prefer if you streamed. They would prefer the cat tequila stream. Hey, Serval, thank you very much for the Twitch Prime support. I appreciate that. Welcome. Thank you for the donation, too. Thanks for helping me do what I do here. Yep. So we have to take a draw step here because we don't have any Dredgers left in the bin. I think I'm going to fetch Shock Stomping Ground. I'm going to hold on to the Abrupt Decay, but I think I'm going to bin the Maelstrom Pulse to kill 3 of their creatures here. I think it's worth killing the extra elf and not getting rid of the Maelstrom Pulse. I don't think I need 2 pieces of removal here necessarily. Get them on a nice clean 4-turn clock here. They're going to be able to throw some blockers in the way at some point, but... And again, like, if I would have sequenced my land slightly differently, I could have potentially... We dredged into another Conflagrate. Well, that's pretty good. We dredged into Darkblast, Life from the Loam as well. It's a pretty good setup for us. I'm just going to play this Golgari Thug out. Am I? Nah, I'm going to discard it to Life from the Loam next turn, right? Or to Conflagrate next turn? Yeah, I'm going to discard it to Conflagrate next turn. Yeah, Pulse is really powerful. I think if you're playing green-black mid-range, regardless of if you have a splash color or not, you should probably try playing... You should probably be playing 2 Maelstrom Pulse. Yeah, I board out my Tassigurs against humans usually. Getting them Reflector Mage feels really bad. And I usually don't need the extra closing power against humans in my experience. Have another lead the Stampeder, maybe? The aggressive company is strange to me. I think it's a little bit of a mistake on the opponent's part. Because, like, if they have Collecting Company, they could Collecting Company into a bigger threat. I'm just gonna go ahead and use my mana here. So I'm gonna go ahead and Abrupt Decay this. Oh, I guess they can... I guess I'm not gonna Abrupt Decay it, because it only saves me 1 point of health, because they could still play a what's it called this turn? A Lord. I think both those decks are pretty linear serve. I think if you want, I think to meet my definition of like building an interactive deck for the purpose of helping you learn the format, I think I would recommend something like Mardu or Green Black or Jeskai, things like that. I think for the record, I think Burn and Affinity are both very good decks and they're very playable and powerful. So if you're just looking for a powerful deck to do your thing, they're both great choices. But I think they don't quite meet what I would call interactive necessarily. Grab these 3 lands here. We'll play out the Gemstone Mine. We'll burn their board down a little bit here. I think before I play my land out, I'm going to go ahead and attack with Bloodghast. Because this way, if they want to not take the 2 damage from it, they have to. They hit a Lord here, this might be bad. I think I want to just clean out some of their stuff, though. Their board, I'm at too low of a health to leave them with this big of a board, I think. Especially in the face of another Shaman of the Pack. This is a different deck than Hallowed One. So Hallowed One is a more aggressive deck. Dredge, while it has some aggressive draws, it's really more of a mid-range grindy value deck. Dredge is also much worse against Graveyard Hate than Hallowed One is. So take that for what you will. We're going to 4, and then we're going... I'm really glad we Conflagrate it aggressively. We're almost dead here, huh? Ugh. If I'd have gotten Life from the Loam back, I could have gotten 2 speedy Bloodghasts. Then maybe been okay. Yeah, looks like we're gonna come up short here. Shaman of the Pack is so good out of Elves. I think if you're playing Elves right now, this is the best build. With the green black, we played that before in stream a couple of times. Giggle gnome. Yeah, I think we're pretty dead. Good games, opponent. Welcome back, Ergo. Ergo said they were in the stream earlier and they were popping back out. Hope your cat tequila worked out well, Ergo. Good luck at the rest of your league. Looting doesn't actually give us any outs. Oh, Oh, it does. I could have dredged into Narcomoebas, right? I'm dumb. It's been a while. Yeah, I should have cast the looting. We could have hit Narcos. Narcos would have given us extra blockers. Yeah. Good dredge players are probably rolling their eyes right now. I don't think I can keep this with this as my only dredger. Like, any hand that you feel is close in dredge, you should automatically mulligan it if there's a Narcomoeba in it. You just don't want Oh, good lord. For fuck's sake. Fuck you, Narcomoeba. Oh god. Narcomoeba's just like, can you remember I exist, Hogland? Maybe you should dredge for me next time. What a string of hands. That was certainly a collection of dredge hands. It was certainly a collection of dredge hands. An OK 7 into an unkeepable 0, right? What was the 5 card? I don't remember what the 5 card hand was. Oh, it was no lands, right? It was no lands. I want to know what they're playing. I'm going to concede as soon as I know how to sideboard. Hi, Declan. Are you being good for your mom? When you board in lightning axes, generally speaking, you can always trim Insolent Neonate because. Okay, take it upstairs.
Wait, I want that's out. I want that's out.
Nope, ask mom. Mom will open it. You gotta go ask mom. This matchup's pretty bad for Dredge, right? I feel like I remember this matchup being bad for Dredge. Our opponent doesn't know what we're playing, so I'm not really going to put in anti-graveyard hate. Brutality's really good in this matchup. I'm gonna keep this one. I'm not gonna go to 0 again. So Collective Brutality should be pretty good here. Dredger. Gross. Take the one that they can cast now, or take the one that deals more later. They have 2 fetch lands in hand too, so maybe I'm just supposed to take Become Ament there. Just because they're going to be pretty close to casting it regardless. Feeling pretty dead. Yep, that is correct, Isubus. Gotta either open them in packs or craft them. Only way to get dust. Yeah, the only way to get dust is by disenchanting other cards. No, I'm pretty sure this matchup is bad for us. Infect hasn't... I've played a good bit of Dredge, but not since Infect's been a deck. Or Infect, like, stopped being a deck for a while, basically. Alright, well, we found a Lightning Axe, so I got that going for us. Oh, yeah, Dust to Marina Awards, that's true. Just gonna kill this now before they can pump it in response. Amalgam's a good hit. Amalgam means we can block this Glistener Elf starting next turn, assuming we get a next turn. They have a Become Immense, so we're dead to any pump spell here. Yeah, the welcome pack is great. Welcome pack is good value for your dollars. Alright, well that pump spell's not lethal, right? They're only going to put us to 1 here. I guess it's kind of lethal because the Distortion Strike rebounds next turn. So we're currently dead to Distortion Strike rebounding. We get a couple looks at Darkblast. Assuming they don't have a protection spell as the last card. I have another Glistener Elf. Oh my god, we did it. Holy shit, we did it, Reddit. God bless us. Two looks at Conflagrate. Get out of my house. Get him. Get him. Arr. Arr. Get out of here. Smash. Ring ding ding, we have a winner. Disinfected, right? Shoo fly, don't bother me. Shoo fly, don't bother me. Boom, 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 boom. It's actually really annoying because it like blocks our shit. Can Elves beat Hollowed One? Yeah. Yeah, the Elves match, it's just a race. They have a little bit more interaction than you, but not much. You can time me out, but I still want an answer. The mods are just looking for something to put on the banner, and it's kind of like getting timed out on the channel has kind of become a meme. We could conflag our own Bloodghast and then post-combat play a land. God, that was like half a turn too late. No, they just redirect it, right? They just redirect it. They're dead to these Bloodghasts coming back with haste, right? Correct, yep. So the old Electrolyze trick works with Conflagrate here. So when we deal damage here in a second, we're going to do 1, 1, and 1. So now I'm going to change how I sideboard it slightly because I would like to be able to play through any graveyard hate they might be bringing in. So I'm going to not have these Collective Brutalities in my deck, and I'm going to bring in an Ancient Grudge, Engineered Explosives, and Abrupt Decay. Like, all of these cards can interact with their Dredge creature, or their Infect creatures, but they also allow us to, like, take pieces of hate off the table, which is nice. actually gonna leave this last Loam in over this Golgari Thug. Just being able to get the Loam engine going to make Conflagrate work is pretty important, I think. This hand's okay. It's like not amazing, but it's fine. Turn 1 Axe, turn 2, get my dredging going with Cathartic Reunion seems reasonable. Is it Nature's Claim good here? It can also hit Nexus. Yeah, but I can't dredge into that. Having the... I'm not sure. Maybe Claim is better than Engineered Explosives. I like that Explosives can kill their other creatures, though, which is nice. This fucking card, man. Let me tell you about the card that has a hate-hate relationship with me and Dredge. It's definitely this Narcomoeba. This Narcomoeba and I, we do not get along. This is just a regular old Dredge deck, that is correct. Just a regular old Dredge deck. Dripping on Vengeful Pharaoh as a 1-of in the sideboard of Dredge. People that I've talked to that have played a lot more Dredge than me have said that Vengeful Pharaoh is a good card to play if you're worried about, like, Eldrazi and Tarmogoyfs. And I don't think I'm particularly worried about Eldrazi and Tarmogoyfs in the current format. We've actually played Meme Dredge a couple of times. Life from the Loam with Squee Goblin Nabobs in it is basically Meme Dredge. I think I'm gonna bin the Amalgam here because I would like to get the Amalgam into play ideally. We could brick on a second Dredger here, but I think that's worth the risk. God bless us, everyone. We didn't. We didn't brick on a Dredger and it was glorious. It was glorious. We also didn't find anything to put the Amalgams into play though. Did we find our Abrupt Decay or our Ancient Grudge yet? We didn't. We can blocking bot, that's true. It's not Meme Dredge unless it's got Burning Vengeance. That's certainly a card. Are they just gonna attack through this Narcomoeba? God bless you. Distortion Strike, maybe? Yup. We could die next turn. So we just want to dredge as much as possible, looking for this Ancient Grudge. That one right there. That one right there. So we're not gonna be able to block this anyways. So let's go ahead and just attack here. Because this is going to... They're gonna recast in response to the rebound trigger. They'll put this into play. Or they'll animate this. We have them dead as early as next turn, right? With the Life from the Loam? And the Conflagrate? I think I want to just kill this in response, right? I think I want to kill this in response here. Maybe making them present lethal is better. Yeah, I'm just going to make them present lethal. I think that's probably more correct. Yeah, because this way they have to have a land plus a pump spell plus a protection spell to kill us. So during the end step, I'm going to go ahead and Ancient Grudge this. This taps them out if they want to protect it. Sure. Well, that puts them to 12, so they're dead, right? So I'm going to get to Dredge. I'm going to Dredge a card. I'm going to Loam up plus 2 cards. I'm going to play a land. I'm going to Conflagrate. I haven't counted, but I'm pretty sure they're dead. Pretty sure they're dead. Because Conflagrate's going to be for 6 to the face. Yeah, it is. And I have another Bloodghast here. 1, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I would like to discard all of these cards, please. Conflagrate is secretly the best card in this deck. Maybe not so secretly, if you've played Dredge before. That'll do, pig. That'll do. Sweet. On the scoreboard. That's nice. That's nice. We're waiting for the 4th match that's linked to pop. I'd just like to say thank you to everybody who's hanging out. I do appreciate it. Make sure you follow the stream or consider subscribing if you're enjoying the stuff. Also check out some of the sweet sponsors. They're wonderful folks. Cardsphere.com would love to help you turn your Magic cards into other cards or cash directly with other players. There's no haggling. They just take 1% fee off the top. Mack Weldon provides premium men's clothing, such as this wonderful t-shirt that I'm wearing here today. They do socks, t-shirts, underwear, polos, all sorts of great stuff there. Using code Jeff Hoagland at bit.ly/HugoClothes, you can save 20% on your first order with them. And of course, this stream is made possible by viewers like Anaronix, Justin, Nivik, and you. Thanks everyone for hanging out. Hope you're having a great Friday. Great start to your weekend. Thanks for spending part of your day here with us. Why are people playing Dredge less often nowadays? Because it's not doing anything inherently more powerful than anything else in the format. Everything in Modern has a lot of variety. A lot of variety. How comfy are the Mack Weldon clothes on a scale of 1 to 10? They are the most comfortable clothing I have ever owned. It's the first time. It is also the first time I've ever owned a premium clothing brand before too, to be fair. But there's definitely a notable difference between my Mack Weldon stuff and like the Old Navy stuff and things like that the rest of my wardrobe consists of. I think this hand is fine on the play. This hand puts, like, this Dredger is shit, but, like, I get to go Faithless Looting, Ditch, Bloodghast, and Amalgam here, and just, like, turn 2, put 5 power into play. I think this is good enough. Darkblast is actually a great draw if they're any kind of creature deck. All right. Unclaimed territory elf. I think our Darkblast is gonna be good, chat. Oh, you know what? I think I very subtly punted here. I think it was correct to have fetched a Blood Crypt on 1 here because of the possibility of drawing the Darkblast. I could have Darkblasted during my upkeep and got an extra Dredge in. Martyrbrock seems like a fine deck. Seems like an interesting mid-range deck. I think white has access to a lot of really powerful sideboard cards in Modern. I'm gonna go ahead and pay 1 and just discard this Conflagrate. He gon' give it to you. Gon' give it to you. Gon' give it to you. I'm not sure that unbanning Troll would actually make Dredge tier 1 again. I'm not actually sure if I believe it would. The fact that Grave Troll is a very powerful card when you just cast it too is relevant, I guess. Alright, so I was gonna Faithless Looting this turn, but the fact that they played Devoted Druid means I'm pretty obligated to kill all their stuff this turn. Like, I can't let this sit on the board because they'll be able to untap and kill me potentially. I'm gonna go ahead and Conflagrate this for 2. I'm not gonna be aggressive because I want the rest of these cards in my hand for later in case I draw another Conflagrate. I'm just gonna go ahead and do the minimal amount here. I think it's silly to make ultimatum statements like you just did there, Dirty, because the actual answer is we don't know. So I think it's much better to err on the side of saying things like, I believe it could make it tier 1, or it likely would, but like saying 100% again, just like, don't be hyperbolic about it. Maybe I should have kept Darkblast in my hand so it would let me double Darkblast a larger threat like this. Get out of here. Oh, I don't have another black source in my deck? That's a little awkward. Man, where are my dredgers at? Discard these two. I'm gonna go to attack first here in case they want to block my Bloodghast. They won't, but, you know, in case they might. That puts them to 9. This floops a bunch of pigs back. So this floops lethal into play for next turn, right? Because I've got 2 amalgams here. Which is nice. Very, very nice. Are you dead? I have. It's actually in the donation queue towards the bottom right now. Someone added it after it won the challenge event. We've actually played it on stream before. It's really inconsistent and kind of a glass cannon. It's sweet. It does powerful, neat things, but I don't think it's particularly good. Not only that basic, but like, how do you measure metagame percentage? Do you measure it based off of Goldfish that has like the MTGO data skewing it? Do you measure it off of paper events? Which paper events qualify for measuring it? There are a lot of stipulations for things that do and don't make various things. Yeah, I really wish we could play in Solid 1 too. That matchup is really insane for us. You're not wrong. And Darkblast this nerd, and they go block, and they still take 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So they'll sack this. Do they have a Chord of Calling maybe, and they're thinking about using Chord? This is 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, okay. So they have a Chord of Calling. They wanted to go get Devoted Druid, but they can't do that because they'll die. Right? You're dead if you get Devoted Druid. What 2-drop are they getting here that doesn't kill them? Oh, they get to untap this, but they still have to double block, right? Because if they only block one of these, they take 6, 10, 11. Oh, but they're going to sacrifice this, so they're going to block with the Devoted Druid. Okay, we could die next turn. We can die next turn. Oh, Dwinnen's elite. Okay, sure. Sure, this is actually pretty good for them. So, like, I don't even actually want to attack here, right? Because, like, I really don't want to trade off my Bloodghast or my Prized Amalgams. I'm going to attack with just my Narcomoeba. The day 2 success of one deck, like sometimes it's very popular, but only puts 20% on day 2. You don't, so here's the thing. Okay, so here's why that data is bad. This is fine, I'm okay. Let's pick a popular deck. Let's say Humans has a 20% day 2 metagame share, but it started with a 40% day 1 metagame share. And obviously I'm making these numbers up. Yeah, so like how successful or how powerful a deck is in proportion to how well it converts. And we can't get day 2 conversion percentages because we don't know what the starting percentages are. Magic data is skewed and difficult to get at for 2 reasons. Magic Online data is skewed and difficult to get at because Wizards is a bunch of fucking assholes and doesn't want to give us that data because they think giving that data to the players would ruin Magic. Paper data is skewed and difficult to get at because manually farming the deck list of 1,000 people that play in a large tournament is difficult to do and tedious and time consuming, and TOs aren't going to do it for the minimal amount of money they get back for doing it. It's basically what it comes down to. Yeah, and once you what Griffin's said is true, you can do day 2 to like top 8 or top 32, but at that point your sample sizes are so small that they start to become statistically insignificant. Yes. That's the problem. So that's the problem. There's 2 sources of data, and one we don't get because it's tedious and difficult, and one we don't get because Wizards can just, you know, wank off. It's basically what they say to the rest of us. Oh, I'm dead, right? Yeah, and top 8 conversion has the issues of like, well, decks that came in at 9-0 are more likely to top 8, right? How will we get on the VSL now? You see, thankfully, I have lots of really wonderful people, like a lot of the folks watching out there, that support my content with subscriptions. So I don't need to depend on Wizards of the Coast to pay my bills. So I can say things like what I just said and not have it be a big deal. It's fine. I can say stuff like that. It doesn't matter. It doesn't affect my ability to live. Why do I wish I would have attacked with amalgams? So I really need to hit a Conflagrate, right? So I can Conflagrate to kill the Elvish Archdruid. I think I missed. Yeah, I missed. Oh, did I need Darkblast? Because Darkblast means this couldn't block. I think I messed up. I think I was supposed to dredge Darkblast, right? My opponent punted, but I just punted back. Held up a defensive overrun, yep. I'm not sure even if I had Darkblast, it would be fine. I don't have anything in my bin here, right? There aren't any Faithless Looting. This would pop up if I had Faithless Lootings or anything like that. Yeah. Hey, Shivan Angel, thanks for the Twitch Prime. I appreciate that. Thanks for supporting my content this month. I guess I just smash. I mean, they're gonna hit me with double overrun. This is a math that's for blockers. Attack, you attack. How long is the stream today? I'm planning to go for another 3 or 4 hours or so. We've been going for almost 9 hours. And like, if I would have dredged Darkblast here, I would have been able to Darkblast to kill one of these Nettle Sentinels, which would have been ideal. It would have taken green pips, and it would have taken, green pips, and it would have taken Elves off the table. Yeah, I definitely should have dredged the Darkblast. I think digging for the Conflagrate was silly. So they're going to 1, and then I am very dead on the backswing. I don't know, if I killed this, they'd be down to 1, 2, 3, 4 elves, and they can only attack with like 3 of them. Yeah, we're probably still dead regardless of how we slice it. Alright, Pulse, Decay, Explosives, and some Axes. I'm gonna cut these Neonates. I'm gonna cut these Thugs. It's pretty clean. I like that. Can you guys hear the kids yelling from upstairs? Declan left the door open when he went out. I can close it if they're picking up background noise. All right, I'm gonna close the door. I thought so. They're on a different floor, but Declan's got a voice like his dad. It carries. No video is strange, right, chat? We'll try and do extra descriptive just for you. Man, these fucking Narcomoebas, man. They're just riding my ass today. This hand is not good. This hand just needs a treasure. God damn these Narcomoebas! Why, Narcomoeba? Why? Oh, God bless it. Someone asked the question about creatureless control decks in Standard. I have no idea, Shivan Angel. I haven't played any Standard, really. And then someone asked about, if you're always sideboarding a card in, should you just main deck it? I don't think that's true. I think there's cards that are just, like, good post-board game cards, or, like, especially in Dredge's case, you're always expecting your opponents to do certain things against you. So you're often boarding in a way to counteract the things they're doing post-board, but you don't need a way to counteract those things pre-board. Miracle Rogue, Nivik. Miracle Rogue has a lot of rogue cards in it. And we're just, like, never going to be able to flip these Prized Amalgams into play because all of our Narcomoebas are gone. We're pretty dead here. I had to loan back some lands here, but I guess I can hit a Conflagrate next turn. Narcomoeba is free. Modern is a format that's often about brutal mana efficiency, so having to spend mana to put your things back into play is a big deal. Hollowed One is the higher variance deck. Hollowed One is the higher variance deck, but Hollowed One's the higher variance deck, but Dredge is slower. Yeah, I do get to kill the Arc Druid here, right? I get to upkeep, Darkblast this, Dredge my Darkblast for the turn, play Gemstone Mine and Darkblast it again. Unfortunately, did not hit into Did not hit into a copy of, what's it called? Conflagrate yet. Not dead on board rate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So they only have 8. And I'm getting 2 amalgams back here. So I'm going to 4. But I get 5, 4, 3. I get 3 looks at a what's it called next turn? You guys going out?
Yeah, we're going to the store.
Okay.
We need milk and bread. I said Daddy's working.
Sorry. Where my current office
Get
is,
off of me.
Christy and the kids have to walk past to get to the garage. They're a little loud. Sorry about the small burst of volume. For what it's worth, I agree with Luka Tog's assessment there. Dredge is not quite fast enough for the current format, and it has a little bit too hard of a time dealing with sideboard hit on average.
Yes, come here, babe.
So, if I dredge Darkblast, I can Darkblast this, block these two, and then I still take 4 and die. Although I guess that's not true. I can play Stinkweed Imp. So if I play Stinkweed Imp, block, Darkblast another, I only take 3. So yeah, so I'm gonna dredge Darkblast because this way. Shh, you have the keys, yep. Alright, I'm gonna mute again for half a second till the loud is out. Sorry about that. Friendly reminder of why we have daycare. So this is a free attack.
Jeff, what do you think about what you want for dinner? And I'll get it on my way home.
Alright. This is a free attack. So I'm glad we dredged the Darkblast because we missed on the Conflagrate. I think I want to play this Dakmor Salvage out. Although leaving the Dakmor Salvage in my hand is valuable if I hit into the Conflagrate. I guess I want to put the Stomping Ground into play, actually, because my Gemstone Mines are both very close to dying. And we actually, because we dredged the Narcomoeba, we don't actually have to Darkblast this turn, which is nice. Wow, that's actually, like, really good. Card's a little brutal. That is technically an elf, yep. It is almost unblockable, that is the truth. Alright, I mean, this attack in means that I'm gonna be well set up to clear their entire board with Conflagrate, which is nice. I think I'm gonna hold this Narcomoeba back and burn my Darkblast here, just because I'd rather have the Narcomoeba to chump block the Chameleon Colossus with next turn. So I'm gonna go to 1 here. Do I have to hit Conflagrate here? And I have to Conflagrate, and I need it. I need to be able to have cards in my hand, so I'm going to dredge the Loam here. We missed. Am I dead? There's no point in attacking this in because it just bounces for free and I don't really want to play a land. We're not dead on board. I get another draw. I Conflagrate. The problem is if they don't tap low, they're just going to be able to pump this now. So I had to hit Conflagrate that turn. Yeah, we're pretty dead. So even if I dredge into the Conflagrate now, if they just leave mana up, they get to pump it, so I can't actually kill it. So, like, we're not dead on this attack, but we're going to be dead. We're going to be dead the following turn. We'd hit the Conflagrate, but, like I said, they could just hold up mana and then not have it. That was a rough set of games for Dredge. We had some pretty rancid hands in there. A lot of... I think that's probably... That might be a record for the most Narcomoebas I've ever had in openers. I think the lack of Gnaw to the Bone in my sideboard is probably a mistake. I think there's enough aggressive decks in the format that, like, having one Gnaw is probably worthwhile and a mistake not to. I don't know what I'd cut off hand. Maybe a Collective Brutality or like the third Lightning Axe, but you can also in this deck, you can work Lightning Axes into the main deck. Like, this deck has 2 Dark Blasts in the main. A lot of the time you could, like, move an axe into the main and, like, cut the second blast. We actually played Kiki Court earlier today, and it'll get published later on my YouTube channel, and it'll give you a very firm reminder of why you shouldn't play Kiki Court anymore. If you want a lesson in why we don't really play Kiki Court anymore, it'll be a good one. All right. Are y'all ready for a longer league?